So, Clinton today responded to Trump's allegations against her in regards to the Clinton Foundation. He previously stated that she was using money that, or just, using that to her own personal gain. And she rebuked him. She said that, her choices as Secretary of State were based on what she thought was right. Uh, and, oftentimes what she thought was right, I'm sure, was that paycheck that she was going to get from those companies for doing what was in their best interest as opposed to regular people. But that's just my personal spin on things. I think it's really interesting how, if you've seen prior videos with Trump in the title or Trump even, uttered, you'll know I'm not exactly a supporter of his or any of his policies. But even then, you still have that one occasional time where he'll say something and I'll go, if he wasn't him, I'd agree. But I'm not going to hold it against him that he's him. And I agree with him that she is crooked as far as just everything related to politics goes. So I definitely see where he's coming from. I'm actually a little surprised that this wasn't used earlier. And I'm kind of disturbed by how close the election is now. We barely, we have 2 months and a couple of days, and that's pretty much it. And he still hasn't unloaded on her. They have this thing called the October surprise, and that's supposed to be where the big bombshell comes out and something that will change the results of the election is supposed to happen. We'll see what happens when that time gets here. But I don't see anything right now that's making me think, oh, yeah, he's got this in the bag. He's going to, reel it in and seal the deal. I don't see it. And if I'm proven wrong in November, then so be it. But, these are the tough shots that he intends to take. I'm sorely disappointed. My last thing to note here is that she has this reputation that I think is so justified um, in some ways. So like it's not justified that African Americans support her so much because that really makes no sense. Um, and I think it's more because of the Democrats than it is the Clinton. So I'm gonna leave it at that. That's gonna be my justification that it's more the party than the candidate, which is always a bad idea. But regardless, you also have, another little just popular idea of her, which is that she lies. And I was inclined to believe everything she said was pretty much a lie, except for, hello, I was Secretary of State. Because nothing, when she speaks, and, I hate to say it because I'm not a Trump supporter, but Trump has her beaten this authenticity. Every time he speaks, if someone believes it's crazy or not, they'll admit, yeah, we genuinely believe he thinks that. That's why we think he's good slash dangerous, depending on your point of view. With her, it just feels as if everything she says is what I want to hear, and it's pandering, and it's, just there's no leadership in it because you don't have an opinion. You're just an empty suit, and that's exactly how I feel about, whenever she takes a stand on something. I felt authenticity with Trump, with Cruz, a little bit with Rubio. Just everybody else has definitely with Sanders has a higher level of authenticity, and she is sorely lacking in that. And so when she speaks at these little different what was that, some kind of press conference? Which, by the way, she stopped having those on any regular basis, whereas Trump just does it all the time. So that's another thing. These little public planned appearances that's not working too well for her. And I don't see if you're already viewed as not being authentic. Why would you limit your number of appearances to where I can barely see you, or if I see you, it's under your rules and it's not by chance by any means. We have to schedule everything. So that's the other issue. But he's right on the money when he talks about her just not having it, or not being the person that she says she is. And I'm not going to regurgitate this because I've said over and over again how I feel about her and how I feel about him. So I'll just leave you with this. He's got 2 more months to make an impression that changes the results of this election because I'm still predicting she's going to win. Uh, if he can do it, he has to pull it out now because he's running out of calendar. But regardless, thank you for watching and have a good day.